Hello. Today we're going to change the spark plugs on a 2006 Dodge Charger 5.7 Hemi police car special package, which for some reason everything's special. First of all, on the spark plug change here, you're going to need 16 of them, not 8. They're Champion. They recommend you use Champion spark plugs. You can find out which spark plug that is in the book, or it's usually printed on the thing here. So it's a Champion RE14MCC4 is your spark plug gap at 0.045 inches. I pulled a couple already and they were at 0.057, so they are definitely worn out. The book and everyone recommends you use anti-seize thread lubricant on your spark plug things, because it's aluminum to aluminum, so they won't seize to the engine block, which is a great idea. They also recommend that on a 5.7 Hemi spark plug, you torque it to 156 inch-pounds, which is 13 or 12.99999 foot-pounds. So 156 inch-pounds equals 13 foot-pounds. So first thing we got to do is take off the air box and everything, because you can't pull this bad boy out without taking off the air box. So special. You have to remove this clip by pressing in here, and then the clip comes off, which is hard to do with my left hand. And then these screws are 10 millimeter, and then you're going to need a baby spark plug wrench. It's one of these smaller spark plug wrenches. So here we go. Also, this everything I just said applies to a 2005 through 2007 300 Chrysler 300 Charger or a Magnum 05 through 07. Okay, I got the air box off, and I got the 2 screws out, which are 10 millimeter, and I got the electrical plug off, and I'm about to pull it out. Before you do all that, get under the car, jack it up, put it up on ramps, and take the skid plates out from underneath the car. Both of them wouldn't hurt, because you're bound to drop a wrench, a bolt, or some bullshit, and then you can't put the car up on ramps with the spark plugs out, which you should do one at a time. And this is also a good time to get your hand up underneath all this and down in here and tighten up all the squeaky bumper bullshit down, because you can totally reach it once that air box is out. So just want to point out that you should take out the skid plates underneath the car, because you're going to drop a wrench or something and you won't be able to get it, because this car is really low to the ground. So do that first. Thank you. Okay, so you got the bolts out, you got the electrical off, which was just a little clip doobob right here. Again, you're going to squeeze right here and it loosens it up, and you can pull out the plug. And then I already did this, so it's loose, but both hands gently pull out the electrical connection, which are these 2 bad boys right here. And down there is where the plugs go, and the plugs are down in there. And they say to check all this and make sure it's not cracked or anything weird or worn out or something, which makes sense as well. So spark plugs are way down there. And now I gotta answer the phone. Okay, plug numero uno. Not the happiest looking plug. It's not terrible. It's kind of a gray, ashy color. It's a little dark. I'm thinking they didn't change these very recently. It's a little burned up out here. And also you're going to want a piece of fuel line, vacuum hose, what have you, that fits over the back of the spark plug, because it's really hard to get it out of that really deep hole of darkness, unless you got a boot on your spark plug wrench, wherever that went. They do recommend in the book to use a hose to put the spark plug back in, so you don't cross thread the threads inside the engine block, which would be bad. Okay, there's plug numero uno. I'm going to check the gap, see what it is. Okay, I use a gapper gauge by Champion. Same people make the plug. So the plug right now is 52.052. It should be 0.045. So the electrode's worn, or they didn't gap it properly when they put it in the car. I'm thinking the electrode's worn from leaving it in too long. So, you're gonna need a gapper gauge. Funky plug. 17 more to go. I think the one that's gonna be hard is gonna be this one over here that's gonna bump into the oil filter, the dipstick. And then the rest of these are kind of tight, so I don't know, this side looks hard. This side, maybe just because got to pull the air filter box off to get to that. Anyway, okie dokie. So, the anti-seize that comes in this tube for like $3 is way superior to the stuff that they give you as a sample behind the counter when you buy plugs. So get the stuff in the tube, which is way better than the free stuff. Okay, now they show putting it on the threads with a brush. I stuck it on with my finger, trying to keep it off the electrodes and such. They show putting on copious amounts, so I figured shitloads would be enough. And then you got your plug on the end of a pipe, not a pipe, a hose, and you put it in the hole and thread it in using the pipe so you don't cross thread anything. Okay, plug number 2. Same cylinder, similar condition. Spark plug gap on this is 50. The other one was 52. The one next to it's 57. So it's all weird. And I tried torquing that first one to 13 pounds, and it turned about that 1/16 of an inch that they recommend on the spark plug box. And I didn't really want to go any higher than that because I'm afraid of breaking the spark plug off in the cylinder. This plug came out pretty easy, so it was definitely at Texas torque specs, which is just tight, they say. Yeah, just tight's good. I love Texas. Okay, that's what that one looks like. So these are definitely due for changing. Alright. Thought of another tip. I take this tube that we use for the spark plug installation and removal and put it in here before taking out the old spark plug and blow into it and make sure there's no foreign material inside the spark plug hole that would fall into the engine, which would be super duper bad. Okay, that's just a little tip. Alright, well, I pulled the spark plug out of this cylinder, and it's not too bad. It has a spark plug gap of 46, which is right on the money, and it's still pretty shiny. Alright, then put the air cleaner box and air cleaner and intake tube back on. That screw right there for the air intake, and screw right there for the air intake, and it comes right off and goes right back on. So there you go, all fit, and the driver's side is done. Okay, that one was a little harder getting past the dipstick thing, but it worked. I had to use a swivel and a short extension to get in and out of there, and my hose. Okay, well, now we're on the passenger side, and it is the same situation. It's about, this one's gapped at 0.054, and I would have to say they probably just dipped this in used motor oil as their lubricant, which is probably better than nothing. I'm using the copper thread stuff that's recommended for it. Okie dokie. So the passenger side's done. It's a little hard getting past the dipstick, but it did. It bent. You know, the inner side tubes were flexible. Number 8, way in the back. That was a little hard. I had to use an open end, then a box end, then a swivel. Every spark plug on this side required a swivel. This is a swivel. You put it on the end of your socket and then it bends back and forth so you can hang turns. And these are all the things you're going to need for this project. Torque wrench, couple ratchets, multiple extensions, a number 10 open end, a couple of different number 10 sockets, spark plug wrench, gapper gauge. For your torque wrench, you're going to need 1/2 inch to 3/8 reducer and a hose and 16 spark plugs, ladies and gentlemen. Count them.